Well, my friends, this is Arthas, and today we're going to take a look on the Scourge in Warframe. So as you probably know, the Scourge is Harrow's signature weapon. This is a Master Rank 6 weapon. It can be acquired on the Tenno Lab in the dojo. And this is one of the spear weapons along with the Ferox and the Javelok. It also has of course, the primary fire and a secondary fire, which is pretty much throwing the spear or the weapon. Here's the primary fire, secondary fire. On landing, and after a few seconds it will pulse, and both the landing and the pulses will create a bullet attractor to the head of the surrounding enemies. Now another thing to note is that this weapon has a innate corrosive damage, and this is really good. It also has a really low critical chance and critical multiplier or critical damage, so we won't be making any builds towards critical. There's just the critical multiplier is just too low, and it's probably not even worth to take a Warframe like Harrow to buff the crit, but if you feel like doing that, that's okay. But yeah, I've added a total of 4 forma to this weapon. I do have a Riven, and you might be good with 3 forma, but I've got 4 in here. So this weapon used to be fantastic. At its release, if you've been in Warframe for a while, probably know that this weapon used to pretty much trivialize the nullifiers, as it could kill them while they were inside the bubble. It was just too OP, and that's why I've got this number of formas on it. And so I've made 2 different builds. I made a Viron Heat. Of course it's gonna have corrosive, so Heat, Viron, corrosive, and I've let the last mod slot on a pretty much optional. You can put anything you want. If I would put something in here, it would be my Riven, and that's why I'm putting it a optional. And the other one is just Viron corrosive. I'm still learning. I've been away from the game for a really good time, and I'm really surprised with how are the weapons working right now. There are a lot of weapons that used to be totally trash, but it seemed like they got reworked on all the way to here. So yeah, this is definitely a weapon that has the potential to be great. So let's see what we can do and how good can we make this thing. So let's go. Now that you know how to get the weapon and all of that, pretty much the rest of the video is gonna be you and me, or me showing to you how my whole process goes on thinking and kind of theory crafting or testing everything I can pretty much try. So yeah. As always, I'm using Harrow on the Simulacrum, so I don't get any extra stuff that might mess up the results. This is just a standard build. I have this build just to use the first skill and to keep the enemies on place, and so we don't benefit, because I don't pause the AI, so we don't get the stealth multiplier. Now it's gonna be paused, just gonna spawn. It should have spawned 1 heavy gunner. I'm gonna kill everyone. It's gonna take them off. And there's people announcing stuff on Twitch. I gotta turn this. Okay. There's people announcing stuff on Discord. Let's take it here. A corrupted heavy gunner. Best level we can summon, which is 160, I think. 165. Let's change to 165. Okay, we're gonna keep the AI paused for now. Let's turn on invincibility. Even though we are not gonna take any damage, let's just spawn. The thing right here is that gonna use the weapon as it is. 30% status chance, 2% critical, and yeah, these are the projectiles. As you can see, the weapon itself does not do. It's okay. It's okay. It's probably, you can probably kill stuff at lower level. And again, the secondary fire. Just throw. There is this bullet attractor. And after a few seconds, it will return automatically to your hand, or you can just pick it up. Okay, so now, as we have to make a status build for this weapon, this is my first build, which has viral and heat, and we're gonna have viral, heat, and corrosive. I kept the viral, or actually the heat, above viral because I want the heat to proc more often, because the heat is gonna pretty much reduce the enemy armor for a certain amount, and then what will happen is gonna also apply the dots, and the more armor and the more armor we reduce, the bigger the heat procs will be, or the harder they will hit. And also the corrosive is gonna also increase the damage they take to health, and also is gonna pile up with the heat. And yeah, and corrosive is also gonna help removing armor, so yeah. That's pretty much it. I'm using Firestorm here because this weapon has some kind of a splash. And so I think the Firestorm can actually, I think it works, because there are some weapons that it just doesn't. So okay, even with stealth multipliers and stuff, let's see what we can do to this guy. Let's go just slow. Seems to do okay. Again, this is with stealth multipliers and stuff, and I think it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove the AI and send him again. It's gonna start shooting, and now you stay there. It's probably, oh, one more shot, yeah. Alright. Actually performs really good. Without any Riven, it's performing really good. Let's see what we can could actually test the Firestorm. Let's see if we can find a way to actually test that. Let's pull up 3 of these guys. Let's pause the AI again. Let's see. We have Firestorm on, so let's see if we hit this one. It's not hitting the other one. Let's see from where we can actually hit the one from here. Okay, so by standing on the top here, let's get a little bit closer, or right to the middle of it. Yeah, here's good. Shooting, let's see where we need to shoot to hit this guy. To our left. Okay, this is the spot. 6 meters. Alright. Let's see. That's 6 meters, but not from this guy. From this guy is actually probably 3 meters. Yeah. So let's take out the Firestorm and see if it changes a lot or don't. Or it might just like probably affects the radius of the other attack. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So it probably adds like a meter of explosion radius, let's say. saw we were shooting right here and we were hitting it. But yeah, it's almost a cursor away. Yeah, it's okay. Let's see if we can actually. Yeah, from one to another he already moved, so yeah, but from this one to this one it's probably not gonna hit. It probably wouldn't hit also with the Firestorm. But yeah, now that you know that it works, it's either up to you, yeah, it's actually totally up to you to choose if you're gonna use Firestorm or not. If you prefer more damage, you might not want to put the Firestorm on your build, but if you prefer more range on your stuff, that's an option. Let's see if it changes something. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it already changes here. I'm just a little bit dumb. I haven't checked this before. Didn't pay attention to this before, so yeah. It increases the range 172.11 and here for 7 to 8. Okay. So it changes both the radius of the primary but also the secondaries. That is okay. Let's take a look now on the corrosive plus pyro. I'm gonna kill these guys again. Gonna summon them again. Gonna use only this one. Seems to perform just as well as with heat, probably a little bit worse maybe. Fire is proccing overheat, over corrosive. That is increasing damage. So what we have here is the corrosive stripping the armor or reducing. I think the corrosive can reduce the armor up to 80%. And back in the day, corrosive used to remove all of the enemy's armor, and that was not actually really good because corrosive deals increased damage to enemies that have armor. So if you would strip away all the armor, there would be no use to the corrosive damage and would be better using something like gas. Okay, so I was using rifle amplitude here. I'm not sure why my mod is not fully leveled, but we can't level it here, so that is no problem. Let's test again, but with the armor is all, not armor, the ammo is all up. Let's pull up only one guy again. This one, let's remove the AI. Let's go. Okay, so we have 25 ammo left. Let's pull up another one. Do it again. Three ammo. Just gonna do this a few times so we have like looking for kind of a pattern or a fixed amount of shots pretty much. Okay, we are having around 25 to 26 ammo left from this one, and we have the rifle amplitude. Let's see with the Firestorm. We're having around 5 to 26. Let's just see. $31. It seems like the Viro and heat, and also with the corrosive, is performing much better than corrosive and Viro only. Look at that dot. I think I forgot to reload, or what was it? Trying to get all of them as headshots. Yeah, it seems to perform a little bit better than that, than the only fire and corrosive. As we kind of depend on the procs, sometimes it performs worse. So let's see if we change this firestorm for a rifle amplitude. It's going to increase to 106%, so this means that every shot is a guaranteed proc, but we also have 6% chance of proccing another, or of having another proc. It can either be the same proc as the first one, or it can be a different one. So let's just see what we get now, if it makes any difference actually. Let's reload the maximum. So let's simulate. Everyone left, and the heat just melts the guy back there. I forgot to reload, didn't I? Oh Jesus. How am I expected to test this if I'm not reloading? So let's just go. 32. I think, yeah, I got him. So from 25 to 26 ammo left to 30, 31, 32. It seems like one of the best ones we can do. What I'm actually gonna do now is I'm gonna pretty much mimic the builds. Thermite rounds and rifle amplitude, also hellfire. Oh, oops. Hellfire. What was it? I think it was thermite rounds. Alright. What we're gonna try now is to move things or try different combinations. Gonna try to increase the viral a little bit and see how much it affects the overall, how can I call it? The overall performance of the weapon. Yeah. If that fits. So let's see. I'm gonna take hellfire away. I'm gonna keep the thermite rounds because we want the status chance. What we are gonna put in here. I don't like heavy caliber on this weapon because it actually spreads, yeah. Without heavy caliber, pinpoint accuracy, just perfect. With heavy caliber, things just goes crazy. Can we hit target? Yes, but you have to be close. Of course, it will do a good amount of damage, but I'm just not a big fan of using it on this weapon, so I'm not gonna use it. Let's see what else we can put in here. I've also got my Riven, but I'm gonna save that for later. Let's see, and even after that I'm gonna try increasing the corrosive. It just seems that there are some weapons that work better with corrosive and there are other weapons that work better with viral and heat, and even others that work with corrosive and heat, and I'm not actually sure enough how things are working. Let's see. Can put infected clip to raise the viral. It was also already higher than heat, but this increases it even more. Even more damage. Here, what would we create? Corrosive viral radiation. Should we try that? Let's go. Let's see what we can do. Because these targets actually might take some damage from radiation. I'm not sure if these enemy this high on level would take any damage from radiation, or if it just takes like damage from corrosive. Yeah, it doesn't seem to perform that good. At least the first try. Let's try again. Yeah. Doesn't seem really good. Let's just take that out. You don't, you're not that good here. Should we put the heat above the corrosive? It might be an option. Let's see what we got on heat to put in there. Wildfire, just increase it. Let's try with heat below corrosive. So what we just open this again, just to remove the radiation from that. What we're going to be having as a priority on our proc list, let's say, it's going to be first viral, then corrosive, then heat. Let's see how that performs. And then we're going to change, we're going to increase the heat over the corrosive. This seems 29, I'm left. I think having that fire a little bit higher on the proc priority is better, because the fire procs really hurt ignite. Stacking that ignite proc actually hurts them a lot. 10 stacks, 11 stacks, and he's dead. Yeah, the procs seem a little bit inconsistent, and it doesn't seem, sometimes it will perform as better as the first build, and sometimes it seems that it doesn't. So what we're gonna do now is gonna put the wildfire, so we increase our fire damage above our corrosive. Let's see if this is gonna make a big difference or not. Something weird is happening. No. Okay, let's try again. I just had a minor brain lag, so we're gonna try that again. Oh, that's why I got the brain lag. The wildfire increases the what is it called? The magazine capacity. That's why. Alright, so we have 38 left. That means that we spent exactly 10 ammo. That would be 30 ammo left without the wildfire. Let's give it a few more shots. A little bit more. Pretty much 22 shots on this one. 36. That was 12 shots. There would be around 28 left without the wildfire. Seems also to perform okay. If you fancy that magazine capacity, that is okay. Let me think, what else can we do? We can... First one we had heat first, then viral, then corrosive. We could go heat, then corrosive, then viral. Can we do that? I don't actually think we can. Yeah, I think we can't, because we're doing the viral here and we can't use the toxin again to make the corrosive. Yeah. There is no... Yeah, there is no way we can make viral lower than corrosive. Let's see that in. Select the clip again. No. Yeah. So, let's actually take the Hellfire. I think this is actually one of the best things we could pull out here, to be honest. Let's try it again with this heat a little bit higher than before. Difference is status chance a little bit lower, but with a higher magazine capacity. About 38. That was also something like 10 used or 30 left the total ammo capacity without the wildfire, of course. What? It just happened to be a enhanced crit from the Vigilante. %. Can you believe that? Oh, it just ran off. Thought it would kill. See? Yeah, those heat procs are hurting a lot. But it doesn't seem... Yeah, the heat procs are higher, of course, they're doing more damage. But if we were going pretty much doing a benchmark on ammo, it would be about the same thing, but yeah, sometimes it's consistent, sometimes it's not. Not really sure what to think of these. Yeah, sometimes the performance is really worse. Let's do it one more time. This is pretty much something that I do like a lot in the game. I just get into the Simulacrum and spend a few hours in here. Once I spent about 2 hours with Ash in here. But this already made something like 1 to 2 years ago. I'll probably have to remake those experiments. There's a dog snoring on the side, but I think you probably won't hear that. This is not gonna be able to kill it, will? Yeah, no. Alright, let's see what else we can put. To be honest, rifle amplitude seems to work really very well here, or just fine. I'm gonna show you my Riven, but my Riven is actually not that good. I need to roll this more. The thing is, this punch through doesn't seem to benefit the weapon that much, actually. Of course it will do more damage. 42 left from 57. We are actually using more ammo, and this is because the projectile is not exploding on a hit. It's not dealing the damage from the explosion because it's just passing through. That's why punch through doesn't seem that good on this weapon. Yeah. We're using about, you just use 13 ammo on this one. Let's check it again. I think it just missed one. Yeah. 15 on this one. Let's go for another one. I'm just summoning one at a time because I don't really like these dudes walking all the everywhere and stuff. Yeah, 13 on this one. Seems even worse. But yeah, that is because of we're not having the radial attack. That's why this Riven is not that good, but it can be really good as the Riven disposition is really high. It's 4 out of 5. So we could get something. If I were to go for something like a God Riven, I think I would go for damage or multi-shot. Status chance. Status chance is really good. And I don't really want punch through on this weapon. I didn't like it. I might be, the way I'm looking might be not be the right, might be a little bit wrong, but this is how I feel like the weapon is working. So yeah, that's pretty much up to you. How do you want to use it? What else could we put on the place of the Riven? Reload speed. Magazine doesn't feel that small to be using this. Nope. We don't have any IPS, so not even thinking about those. Infested outbreak, okay. Fire rate. Let's see. Not a big fan of vial acceleration, but it just matches the polarity. So let's try it. What the fuck? That was actually funny. Oh my god. That is actually funny. Oh, they want one still there. It's gonna die now. Oh my god. It just feels really different to be using this with the vial acceleration. Of course, we couldn't use shred because we would get that punch through, and I'm not into that punch through. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if we have anything else left to test. I might not have. This thing doesn't have that much of a recoil, does it? Yeah. That would also go for a. If we would go for any Exilus, not even sure what to put in here. Must be terminal velocity. This could be really good on this weapon. Yeah, terminal velocity would be the perfect match for this Exilus slot. Well, let's see what we can put on the place of this vial acceleration, if we even have anything. I would go for the rifle aptitude. Wow, I was saying this wrong all the time. Thought it was rifle amplitude. What a bob. Beach bob right here. Status duration. For those even though I think this will not perform as good, let's just put this in here just for the purpose of testing. We're gonna extend those ignites or the heat procs, but that probably won't make that much of a difference. Okay, that's some ammo. Let's do it again. Ammo was able to kill it. It pretty much depends on the procs, but I don't think this status duration is that good. Let's see if we have anything else. High voltage. No. High voltage would create the radiation. Radiation's not good on this weapon. Let's just see how terminal velocity works because I don't have the... That's a little bit faster. That's cool. Let's see what else do we have here. Acceleration, speed trigger. On reload, fire rate when aiming for 2 seconds. Nope. Fire rate. Nope. Nope. It doesn't actually seem that I have, or I'm not even sure if it exists, something that we could fit in there. Convert speak ammo, magazine, no. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I have. I'm gonna leave this one. This is the build I like the most, but I'm gonna leave this one first. I'm gonna slap my Riven in here. I'm gonna change the name for the Riven, as I'm gonna be sometime I'm gonna roll this Riven, not sure how, not how, when. And here we could do a build a little bit different. Let's see what we are using. Let's put our serration, our split chamber, our viral mods, which is malignant force and random rounds. What are you using? Vigilante, hellfire termite, vigilante, and heat. Fire termite, and on the last one I don't think we're gonna have enough space. Let's see, just for the, let's say we could make a good crit build. It's gonna go up to 2.3%, 2.3 times heat, fire, and corrosive. Now let's get some crit from Harrow and see how can this perform. It's gonna do really good with everything that doesn't have crits, and you get some Warframe that adds crits. Actually performs really well. What about it? Hey, that's pretty good. I'm actually surprised. Headshots with Harrow are just insane. Oh, yeah. Let's summon a little bit more corrupted heavy gunners. Something like 7. Let's see how many. Only with the weapon, not the weapon itself. Shooting on the back is not going to deal that much of damage. Firestorm can be really good when dealing with multiple enemies. So yeah, that's already good enough for me. For me, builds when I can't kill the highest level enemies that I can summon are already kind of good for me. I feel like we can make this weapon better with a better Riven. The thing is now, if you are going for a... Oh, of course it was... No. If you are going for a single target, I would recommend this build. But if you are taking it to fight multiple enemies, I would change this rifle aptitude for the Firestorm. It's a little bit more radius, and that can really help on getting those procs. You'll be proccing hits a lot, and that's going to be a little bit of CC and a good amount of damage. But also we can't forget that this weapon has the secondary fire, so you can get a good weapon, a good secondary, or even in par with a throwing weapon just like the glaive, and do some very interesting stuff. Let's put them on pause AI and simulate. And what we are gonna do is to throw. There we go. This emoji is a very insane weapon that will deal tons of damage, and you can also use our glaive, which also does a ton of damage. Pull this again. I think it's... oh my god. I think it attracts it to the head, doesn't it? Or it doesn't. Not actually sure if this is attracting the glaive. It's dead already. Some a little bit more just to do some more testing. Right, just use the skill because I'm too used to that to do that. Right, change. Okay, let's throw a little bit higher. It seems to be attracted. Yeah, definitely. Maybe not to the head, but it seems to be working. It can just explode and do massive amounts of damage. Yeah. Would you like to see this glaive build? I actually spent quite some time doing this glaive build. Yeah. The Siemens build is on one of my latest videos, probably a video from last week if you want to check out the build. But yeah, what else? Oh, there's also the dual toxicist. This weapon actually has stopped in time, as it got changed. Before you would use it with Mesa to drastically increase your fire rate from the peacemakers, and it has a, what is it called, an effect when you get headshots. It just removes the ammo cost and increases the fire rate. This weapon is not that powerful. Here we go. Those stealth multipliers. And so this still toxicist just for fun. But it can be easier with the Scourge, of course. So yeah. Come on, back, please. So that's pretty much it. If you want to see me testing or tinkering about any weapon in the game, just leave it in the comments below and I'll see if I have any formula in it. I'm gonna do the video. If I don't, I'm gonna formula I'm gonna formula the weapon and make a video about it. And so also, if you enjoyed the video or if it was any helpful to you, don't forget to leave it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.